Hi, first of all, thanks for your talk, or where I'm from in Eighton, you say nice one, so nice one. Second of all, I agree with a lot what you say, but don't you think, and by the way, when you said about Einstein's God, I think that was Spinoza's God as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you're up here now, and I'm sure you've heard this argument before, you're up here now on a stage, or you call it a pulpit or whatever, and there are, like, I agree with you, the man who quoted Kant, that there are certain false gods of science. So, for example, if you look at Isaac Newton, you needed someone to come along like a Riemann or a Einstein to disprove some of the false gods of science. Now, I believe that science has better gods than Christianity, but you must admit there are false gods in science.
Yes, I think I'd hesitate to say false gods. I mean, I think what's certainly true is that science advances by making mistakes and correcting them. And in the particular case of Newton and Einstein, you're no doubt referring to gravity, where Newton didn't really have a theory of gravity at all. What Newton had was the mathematical relationships that describe gravity, which he got with great accuracy, and the Newtonian laws of gravity are still used even for space rockets. So, but Newton had no theory of gravity. He just simply postulated that there's some unknown force of attraction.
From Thomas Hobbes.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that. But then Einstein produced a real theory of gravity, which also made slightly different predictions at the margin, which turn out to be correct. And so we make advances, and it's of course open to possibility that Einstein will be wrong. Science does advance by correcting mistakes. I wouldn't call it false gods. I mean, there have been some extreme errors in science, and phlogiston theory and the Lamarckian theory of evolution and things like that. But science progresses by making mistakes, by falsifying hypotheses, putting forward a better hypothesis. The method of science of falsification, of putting forward hypotheses which you test, peer review, repeat testing, all these things are designed to minimize the chance of error, but error is still made. And in a way, scientists actually rather glory in it. They rather glory in detecting errors and correcting them and moving on. So I think it's a little unfair to use the phrase false gods.